What is up, everybody? It is Rodak with Rodak's Revival, and it's time to make my predictions on how I think the San Diego Supercross is gonna go. I decided to make this video right before San Diego actually comes out, so I'm actually recording this audio, and it is 6:15 where I live, and the race starts at 7:30. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but some big news just came out that Jo Shimoda was actually injured today. He broke 2 of his fingers by hitting a pit board. So that is definitely gonna shake things up, but it still doesn't change who I think is gonna win tonight in the 250 West class, and that is gonna be Hayden Deegan. I have to go with him. I know I went with him last week because he is the clear favorite, but after the ride that he had last week and after the night that he had of going down and having to come back, Deegan is one of those people where he is absolutely gonna be fired up, and unless a first corner crash happens like that again, I just do not see anybody being able to beat him tonight. Now I do have Julian Beaumer coming through in second place. Juju, I think he's gonna get back up on the podium. He's been riding good. He really impressed me over there at Anaheim 1, so I really think this is going to be a good showing for him tonight. I just still don't think he maybe has that speed, not necessarily speed, but that like mentality that it may be on another night, but with the, like I said, with how Deegan's race went last week, I think he's just going to be an animal tonight, and I just don't think Juju is up for that task just yet. Now, I don't know who really to put in third place because Jo Shimoda is injured. Racer X Illustrated was who put that out. They say he hit his left hand on the pit board, broke 2 fingers. That is also his clutch hand. So I think with that knowledge and it being his clutch hand, you have to use that so much. I think I have to go with Jordan Smith as on the podium tonight. I was really hoping that Joe would have a good season, but this just seems to be some super unfortunate bad luck, and I hope he hit his own pit board and it wasn't another team's pit board, because then you got all the drama of it. Could they do it on purpose or whatever the case may be? They didn't specify, but still just an unfortunate moment for Joe, but still I gotta go with Jordan Smith for their top 3. So real quick before we jump to the 450s, that is my podium tonight for the 250 West Coast. I have Hayden Deegan winning, Julian Beaumer in second, and Jordan Smith in third. Now on to my 450 picks. I think tonight's track is going to be super fast, and it's going to be, again, all about a start because the track doesn't seem too crazy difficult. Seems pretty mellow, so I think it's just those guys are going to just have to completely rip it. But Chase, Jet, and Eli were the only ones in the 51 second range, so I gotta go with them in my top 3, right? So up on the screen, you are going to see my RM fantasy picks. So my bias is taking over a little bit here, and I have Eli Tomac coming through in first. I have Jet coming through in second, Chase in third, Cooper Webb in fourth, and Jason Anderson in fifth. And then for my wild card pick, I have Malcolm Stewart. Now, obviously, I'm going with a little bit of bias here, putting Eli in first, but he's my favorite rider. What can you say? He also had an incredible performance last week. If he does not wash the front end out, I genuinely believe there is no way Chase Sexton beats him in that race. As far as Jet is concerned, I think he has a little bit of that Deegan in him. He had a bad round last week. I don't think that happens again. I think he does come out with vengeance, and I genuinely think it's a 50-50 shot between Eli and Jet. I almost went with picking Jet for the win and Eli for second because I feel like Jet's going to be a little bit more fired up this week, but also Eli could be fired up too because he gave away a win and he gave away a bunch of points by getting a 5th, which could have been a first, potentially a first, with Jet all the way back there in the outside the top 10. So I think it's really a toss-up on who you think is going to win the night's race. But obviously you got Chase Sexton in third, and he's plenty capable of winning a race too. If he gets a start and gets out front, the track could be hard to pass on. Based on what I've seen, that looks like that could be the case tonight. And it looks like they're so close in lap times, it would be hard to find a spot where you could pass. But we got plenty of 180s, so plenty of block passing can happen tonight. So we'll just have to wait and see, but I have Chase Sexton coming in third. And Cooper Webb, he got a sneaky 4th last week, was really quiet. No one really talked about him. Cooper is going to be Cooper. I think he's just going to be there. He's a top 5 guy consistently, so I got Cooper in 4th. Now, full credit to Jason Anderson. He did get a podium last week, but I do think that was a little bit of the misfortune between Eli, Jet, and maybe even Hunter. And also AP looked like he was a little bit off, so I have Jason Anderson coming in 5th. With a 3rd last week, I don't want to put him completely outside the top 5, but I think if you put Eli and Jet up there, Jason obviously moves back 2 spots, so I'm putting him in 5th. Now, Malcolm is a lot like his brother. You never know what you're going to get. He could either be on it that night or he's going to go down, but I'm going to put some faith into Malcolm tonight. I do think he comes away in 7th, and I also am just trying to put that positive energy in the air because I want to see him do good this season. So that is going to be my 450 picks. Let's run through it one more time. I got Eli Tomac in first, Jet Lawrence in second, Chase Sexton third, Cooper Webb in 4th, Jason Anderson 5th, and Malcolm Stewart in 7th as the wild card pick. Now, if you guys play RM Fantasy and you want to have some fun, go ahead and hit my Discord link in the description. I have a little group on there in my Discord server, and we just share our picks and we try to see who can beat each other, and we're gonna see who comes out as like the top ranked at the end of the year. But just if you want to have some fun, talk about picks, talk about the races, hit that Discord link down in the description. And the gameplay that you guys are seeing in the background is MX Bikes. It was on round 2 San Diego. It was a qualifying session from a 250 amateur race that I was jumping in last night. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hit the like button if you can, hit that subscribe button as well. And it's time for round 2 San Diego. Let's go racing, boys.